Love him or hate him, you've definitely heard the name Donald J. Trump. But behind the gold towers, TV catchphrases, and endless controversy is a story far stranger and more fascinating than most people realize. This is the journey of a man who was born rich, lost everything, rebuilt it all, and somehow, against every prediction, became the most powerful man in the world. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York. His father, Fred Trump, was already a wealthy real estate developer. Donald wasn't raised poor, but he wasn't born into the spotlight either. From a young age, he stood out, aggressive, bold, and unafraid to speak his mind. At age 13, his parents sent him to a military academy to channel his energy. There, he learned discipline, leadership, and most importantly, how to win. He later attended Wharton School of Finance, where he fine-tuned his understanding of money, deals, and power. But Donald didn't want to manage apartments in Queens like his father. He had a bigger vision. He moved into Manhattan, the heart of America's power and prestige, and in 1983, he built Trump Tower, a 58-story black glass skyscraper right on Fifth Avenue. With its gold elevators, marble floors, and waterfall lobby, it wasn't just a building, it was a statement. The Trump brand was born. Through the 80s, Donald expanded rapidly. Casinos in Atlantic City, airlines, yachts, golf courses, even the Miss Universe pageant. His name was everywhere. Trump was a symbol of success, wealth, and American ambition. He dated models, lived in penthouses, and gave interviews where he predicted he'd be president one day. But then came the crash. In the early 1990s, the economy tanked. Trump's empire was over-leveraged. One by one, his casinos and hotels started bleeding money. At one point, Donald Trump was over $1 billion in personal debt. Billion. With a B. His name was mocked in the press. Experts said he was done, finished, over. But Trump didn't run. He negotiated. He sold assets, made new deals, and fought to keep his brand alive. It took years, but he clawed his way back. Most billionaires would have disappeared quietly. Trump went bigger. In 2004, he reinvented himself, this time as a reality TV star. The Apprentice became a cultural phenomenon. Every week, millions of Americans tuned in to watch him judge hopeful entrepreneurs with his now iconic line, "You're fired." The show made Trump more famous than ever, but it also made him something else. A household name to Americans far beyond New York, in small towns, in factories, in homes where politics felt distant. And that would become important. In 2015, the world watched in shock as Donald Trump, reality TV star, billionaire, and political outsider, descended the golden escalator in Trump Tower and announced that he was running for President of the United States. People laughed. Political experts dismissed him. The media treated it like a stunt. He had no political experience. He was crude, blunt, loud. But Trump had something others didn't. He knew how to command attention. He didn't speak like a politician. He spoke like a construction boss, a TV villain, a deal maker. He promised walls, jobs, and to make America great again. He gave people someone to blame, and millions loved it. In 2016, against all odds, Donald Trump defeated Hillary Clinton, a career politician backed by the media, big donors, and the political establishment. It was one of the most shocking moments in modern American history. Trump became the 45th president of the United States. His presidency was as wild as his rise. Within days, he issued a controversial travel ban that sparked protests in airports across the country. He launched a trade war with China, cut taxes, met with North Korea's dictator, and appointed 3 Supreme Court justices. He tweeted constantly, often at 2 or 3 in the morning, and never backed down, even when criticized by his own party. To his supporters, he was the first president in generations to truly say it like it is. To his critics, he was reckless, dangerous, even authoritarian. Then came 2020. COVID-19 swept the globe. Trump's response was widely criticized as slow and chaotic. Meanwhile, racial justice protests erupted across the country after the killing of George Floyd. Tensions rose. The nation was on edge. In November 2020, Trump lost the election to Joe Biden, but he refused to concede. He insisted the election was rigged, sparking massive division in the country. On January 6, 2021, a violent mob stormed the U.S. Capitol. Some wearing Trump gear, waving Trump flags, trying to stop the election from being certified. Trump was impeached for a second time. No president had ever faced that before. And yet, even after all of it, he remained the leader of the Republican Party. He was banned from Twitter, sued from multiple directions, and faced criminal charges. But as of today, Donald Trump is running for president again, and millions still stand behind him. Poll after poll shows him leading the Republican primary. His influence hasn't faded. In fact, in some parts of America, it's stronger than ever. So who is Donald Trump? A genius? Or a con man? A hero? Or a threat to democracy? A man who exposed the system? Or someone who broke it? Maybe he's all of those things. But one thing's for sure. Donald Trump is not just a man. He's a symbol of power, ambition, controversy, and reinvention. And whether he wins again or loses everything once more, his story will be told for generations. Because Donald Trump isn't just part of history. He changed it.